We are starting at 10:13. It's our time.
It's so exciting when we see our anniversary and
Yay.
time. So, alright, welcome to our vlog. We're just going to stare at our phones. Oh, yeah.
So fun.
Yep.
This is actually more noise than we usually make when we stare at our phones if we wanted to make it completely accurate.
I will never forget seeing people, and I'm sure that you have seen it too, where a couple is together, sitting right next to each other, but they're texting back and forth, and that always amuses me.
Between each other?
Yes,
Really?
Kyle and Katie did that.
They texted each other while sitting next to each other. I mean, I do that as a joke.
No, this was
Or-
often.
Or, like, I'll do that if I'm like, oh, here, this is a funny thing I want you to look at, but I don't need to show you right now. I just want to remember it to show you. Then I'll put that in my... Then I'll send that to you if you're, like, right next to me or in the other room, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to send you a text. Unless you're ignoring me, then I'll be like, hey, pay attention to me. But usually that's the other way
I've never gotten
around.
a text like that.
Yeah. You've never really sent me. Maybe
Is
that's
my
what you should do, Eric.
shirt loud enough? This
I
is,
mean,
this is
cowabunga, dudes.
this is my shirt that I wear for my hidden potential stuff usually. Really, I really like this
You're
shirt.
wearing that, and I have this, like, puke color bleh shirt that I wear for comfort.
Normally I wear it with black underneath, but it looks alright with green. Green and pink go good together.
Yeah.
Cowabunga, dudes! Just like on bench warmers.
I got it.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they got it out there. Get a chance to watch Bench Warmers. It's an underrated movie in my opinion. And
I actually did watch that movie before knowing you.
but
Once.
John Lovett's character talks about titty twisters, and then he rips open his shirt like this, shows everybody, they scream. Then he does it again, they scream. And he does it again.
I thought he only did it twice.
It's at least twice. It might be 3 times. I thought it was. I thought it was 3
remember.
times.
I guess
Yeah.
we'll have to watch it again.
Yeah. Oh well.
I mean, it's
We'll
not like
probably
we
cut
watch
all
it
that.
every summer.
BS out. So we can start off this podcast. We can start off this episode on a good note because I am definitely moving towards my dreams.
Woot woot.
I put out my first podcast. I will put a link in the description if you want to listen to that. It's my friend John Wondergem. He is a DJ and producer. He wants to be more into music production. He's a very intelligent guy. Really like him. Have a lot of respect for him. And really fun podcast interview with him. And he talks about being a DJ, what it takes, what got him into. Were you making faces?
No, I was sucking on my teeth.
It's okay if you were making faces.
No, I wasn't. I mean, it resulted in faces, but I mean, I was just playing with my teeth because my retainer. I have to call the orthodontist. Actually, I have to figure out who my orthodontist is first. I haven't seen her since
This
I
is
had the
small
retainer put in. So, what's wrong with small talk?
We have 15 minutes, remember.
We're clearing a small talk, but she's already famous.
So, with the podcast, he wants to be a producer, and he's been putting out a DJ mix every single Wednesday for the last 3 years, basically. I think he started doing it in like 2018, so that's almost 3 years. And it's if you like electronic dance music, check it out.
He was doing DJ before.
Yeah, but he wasn't putting out mixes weekly.
Oh.
He's been doing DJ for quite a while, but he's.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I'm excited. Put out my first podcast, and I got another interview with a friend set up for next week. Should be a fun interview. We could talk for hours. It's one of those friends where we can just talk about you, Jen. One of those
Yeah,
friends where you can
Jen!
just talk for hours and you like never run out of stuff to talk about because
And it doesn't matter if you disagree,
it doesn't matter exactly.
which makes it actually more fun. You learn something from somebody else's perspective in a respectful way.
Exactly. You never know what'll
Which is
happen if you just actually listen to the other person instead of just prejudging them
and calling them
and
names
calling them names.
and like deciding what you want to say before you even hear what they're saying. I forget what that's called.
Personal experience, which is kind of inspirational too. I had so actually your stepmom. I did not really get along with her at first, and we just had our
We had
we
history.
had a history.
We
Don't
had
really need to get
history.
into that, but didn't really see eye to eye. And there was one day that
Definitely had very different
very
views.
different views. And one day you were helping your dad in the shed, and you were out there for quite a while. So I was in the house talking to her stepmom, and I didn't really do a lot of talking. I just listened and I just let her talk her perspective, and I actually gained a lot of respect for her, and we actually had a lot that we agreed on. So
And
it
now
was,
you guys
and
text
now
all the
we
time.
don't text all the time.
No, she sent you videos.
She hasn't sent them in a long time.
That's true.
But yeah, it really kind of changed my perspective for the better, and now I can get along with her better, and we have mutual respect now that wasn't there had
Why
I
do we
not.
have this wall in the frame? I totally cut out you off. I'm sorry.
Because then we'd have the other wall and the other if I moved it a little bit.
Aw. Has this wall always been in the frame?
No, but it's so annoying to adjust. Because if I go, okay, I guess that's a little bit better. I don't think it really matters that much though for the vlog.
Okay. I'm sorry. It was just bugging
Sorry
me.
if that bothered anybody else out there. But so yeah, just listening can help you come to a new perspective that and maybe agreement that you didn't know you could achieve by just listening. So I wish that we would be able to come together as a country and talk instead of just automatically assuming because somebody believes one particular thing or felt a certain way that they check all the other boxes that are associated with one person that might check all those boxes. We need to come together.
Nobody's gonna fit perfectly in any box.
Nobody, everybody has different opinions on certain things, and we just
Yeah.
need to discuss things more instead of just attacking.
Instead of yeah. Yeah. Well,
So,
let's just leave it at that.
yeah.
Let's
Interrupting my excitement, though, was had my first podcast. I put it up on Mixcloud. You have to download the app if you want to listen to it. Well, I suggested to download it. You can listen to it without downloading it, but it probably works better.
It froze a lot for me, and I do not have the app.
Yeah, if you download the app, it doesn't freeze as much. I still had it freeze occasionally.
It's a great app, you guys.
It's a
Whoever
very
you are.
it's a very good app that they don't censor. I haven't heard of any censorship. It's mostly for like DJs and stuff, but there's podcasts on there. That's where I'm putting it. So, other exciting thing. Hopefully, you have seen the video that I put up just a couple hours ago today. Today is Wednesday, by the way. Put up a new video, massage video, my first massage video. I'm pretty proud of it.
It's funny.
It made me laugh, and I'm happy with how it turned out.
Superb acting.
Yeah, I'm not an actor, but hey, I just had to be a body on the table for this one.
Can we do a cadaver thing next?
Why, I don't even know where to go with that. But I got my podcast and I got the video out. So we're moving along. Gonna keep these vlogs going. Got another podcast set up. I said next week, so we'll have that out. Have 2 podcasts a month is my goal right now. Maybe more of it in the
And
future.
you have just oodles of art footage from me that I was doing throughout
Yeah, I have.
October and some other things. I know I've recorded very
So I'm
random
gonna be
things.
on my computer a lot, which is taking away some of my time to play drums, but I still managed to play my
And we're
drums.
still trying to figure out a balance.
Yeah, we're trying to find a balance. That's
Because I'm still figuring out my groove with my art, which is another thing that we did today. I bought supplies. Yay! That's being an artist, buying stuff.
well, it's because you ran into another roadblock.
Oh my gosh. Well, and I mean most of the stuff. My cousin recently asked me today, how would you describe your favorite kind of art? My answer, cutting and gluing. That is right. I am basically a kindergartner. But I mean, like, more detail and stuff. And, like, of course, painting the things that I cut and glue, and it's more elaborate than that, but that's what I like to do. So when I'm doing these things,
I'm listening.
totally. What was I saying?
When I'm doing these things,
When I'm doing the things, well, okay, my dad taught me measure 3 times, cut once. Um, Maybe that's why I like cutting. It's because my dad. I do like geometry too, and that's because of my dad. He likes math. But so even though I measure 3 times, I'm not as good as measuring as I am at cutting.
boy, that sleep tea is kicking in.
Or your wife is just boring. Okay, now that he's out of the way, where's my Sharpie?
Oh, that was loud.
Was it?
Yeah, I would not recommend putting your ear on this desk and
Man.
slamming something down on
I
it.
was legit gonna grab my Sharpie because it's right behind you.
Well, Jen said you should write comments on my face. I don't really want a Sharpie comment on my face, but if we can find a way, we will do that.
Yes. But anyways, what I was saying is I measured something wrong and I ran into like the structure of my thing not working. So it's kind of like whenever I work on projects
What are
it's
you
like,
making? I don't think that you've said what you're
"Oh, I'm
making.
making I'm making a pickler triangle." I have no idea how to say it. Pickler. I don't know. It's a ladder thing in the shape of a
It's
triangle
basically if you take two small ladders and lean them up against each other.
and toddlers climb on them. You can buy them pre-made for like $200, but I'm making mine. I've probably already spent $100 though. And I'm making it out of PVC pipe instead of wood, which is like lame and makes it less um it's no longer natural anymore, so it's not really Montessori, but I'm a cheap and I went with the PVC pipe, which I think it makes it fun.
Are you planning on painting it?
Yes.
Okay.
After I'm not
You don't need
afraid.
to get mad. I was asking a question. Remember what we talked about earlier?
No, okay. Yes, I'm planning on painting it.
Besides, they don't know that. I was asking.
I'm gonna paint it after there's no risk of exploding or imploding paint cans.
Also, no risk of dying of,
Frostbite?
no, of the fumes.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I can't do it inside because we don't have ventilation and I don't have. I will need to invest in like a super awesome,
Yeah,
cool mask eventually because I use a lot of fumes.
yeah,
So my goal of not being chemicals, that's never gonna happen because I'm an artist and that's just not gonna happen.
yeah, and if you're gonna be an artist like that, you need to,
But I am gonna be aware of it and do my best to prevent whenever I can and when
you,
I can.
yeah,
So, but I totally got lost on a tangent there.
I noticed.
So, but so you wanted me to describe what I was making, okay. And then, so now circle back. So the problem is whenever I construct things, I always like run into like, oh, whoops, that's not going to work the way I thought it would. Let's go back to the drawing board and figure it out. So I basically feel like a scientist and an artist at the same time. Like one of my biggest inspirations is Nikola Tesla. That guy's awesome. I like
Which,
him.
by the way, his the Tesla documents got released. I haven't seen him yet, but
And I mean, Edison, he's a mixed bag. Because there's even things about Tesla that I don't like.